Hi, I'm John D. Smith, president and inventor of Storm Stoppers, the plywood alternative of Orlando, Florida. Storm Stoppers is the first and only successfully branded alternative to plywood for hurricane window protection. Today I'm going to show you how we close sales at Storm Stoppers. I'm going to show you our valuable intellectual property. I'm going to show you how we have no competition, and I'm going to show you why I need the Sharks' help to build our annual $200,000 in sales to $10 million or more. Storm Stoppers are unique in the hurricane window protection industry because we do not use bolts or screws to fasten our panels to the homes. Instead, they fasten with 3M dual lock fasteners. And it works like this, very simple. You go out to the window, everywhere there's a dot, there's a 3M dual lock fastener. So with this mallet, 2 taps, and you're done. To remove Storm Stoppers, you grab the white fabric handle, give it a jerk, and the panel comes easily off. When you take down the Storm Stopper panel, these fasteners remain on the window frame. If the customer doesn't like the way they look, we have an optional cover for them called caps that snaps over the top like that. We're like Dell Computer in that we don't sell through a middleman. We sell direct from the manufacturer to the retail and used customer. We don't sell through big box stores like Lowe's and Home Depot for 2 reasons. First, they do something called a guaranteed sale, in which they buy a lot of inventory, and whatever they don't sell, you have to buy back. And second, they would screw up the details. This is our 3rd year auditioning for Shark Tank. Storm Stoppers have both protected thousands of homes in 6 major hurricanes since 2005, and Storm Stoppers have passed the Large Missile Impact Test, a test that plywood has failed.
Which is why you need to see what happened when we put up plywood. Check out what happens when we fire the 2x4 cannon. Let's show you again in slow motion. The 2x4 not only damages the plywood, it goes straight through, launching all the way through our makeshift home and finally coming out the other side.
The average retail cost for a 1,500 square foot 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in the southeast U.S. is around $2,500. Of that, my cost is a little under $1,000. Therefore, the profit on a house that size is $1,500. So if I sell to 1,000 homeowners, that's profit of $1.5 million. Since I have no debt and finance my company out of the profit from sales, I'm limited in my ability to scale Storm Stoppers. I'm seeking $150,000 for 10% equity in my company. This money would be spent to acquire inventory to better position Storm Stoppers in the minds of home builders and homeowners. I'm confident that the Sharks would agree that it's much more practical for a homeowner to spend $2,500 once on Storm Stoppers versus many times at $500 per time for plywood. I invented Storm Stoppers in the fall of 2004 when a hurricane was approaching and I couldn't find plywood. At the time, I was in a collegiate business selling wheel covers held on with dual lock and selling fan waves made of corrugated plastic. So when I couldn't find plywood, I took the corrugated plastic from fan waves, held it onto my windows with the 3M dual lock from the wheel covers, and pioneered an entirely new industry. The potential market is huge. For instance, approximately 100 million people live within 50 miles of the coast in the US. It's a huge potential. Since 2004, we've sold Storm Stoppers to over 6,000 customers in states like Texas, Louisiana, Florida, of course, the Carolinas, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. We've also have 1 customer in Anchor Point, Alaska. And the potential, besides the huge market in the US, is worldwide. For instance, in Japan, hurricanes are called typhoons. In Australia, they're called cyclones. And yet in all of these markets, US and worldwide, everyone uses plywood for window protection. And that's why the value proposition of our brand being Storm Stoppers, the plywood alternative, is so valuable. Customers always wonder, how can something so lightweight be so strong? Think of it like a bulletproof vest for your home. To show you how strong storm stoppers are, watch this news video from 2005's Hurricane Wilma. This was a Category 3 vicious hurricane.
This guy's roof ended up in your backyard.
Yes, it did.
Jeff Prom has lived in Florida for 18 years, and yes, he has seen his share of hurricanes. The last one to hit his East Coast home was Wilma. Up until that one, how did he get his home ready for the big blow?
I went out and did the plywood thing, and I hated it. I think the plywood did more damage to the house than the storm did.
But when Wilma was on the way this time, Prom decided to use something else, something called storm stoppers, or heavy-duty corrugated plastic cut to size and attached to his house with 3M dual-lock fasteners.
It's a big window. You can pick that up with one hand.
And this stuff works.
Absolutely works.
Most customers find storm stoppers through online searches. For instance, the #1 search term for our product is hurricane window protection. And as you can see, when you go past these paid ads, storm stoppers is the first company shown. Next, customers visit our website, plywoodalternative.com. On our website, most customers will request a free sample, which is then mailed to them. When we get a sample request, we put stamps on our samples and mail them just like this. That way they stand out from the mail. In addition to requesting a sample, many website visitors watch our how to install video. Most of these that watch it say, "I can do it. Let me show you how easy it is to cut." 40% of sample recipients submit their window measurements right away in our online form. We then give these prospective customers an itemized quote with cutting diagram within 48 hours or sooner. This is our cutting diagram. This shows how the customer's windows plot out on our oversized storm stopper panels. We've mastered the art of shipping our oversized 76 by 85 and 65 by 108 storm stopper panels direct to the customer. Average shipping time from our warehouse in Orlando averages a week or less to many parts of Texas, Louisiana, and up the East Coast.
Hi, I'm Bob Rogers of Deltona, Florida. I bought my storm stoppers in 2005 to protect my home during a hurricane. As a 40-year firefighter, I know that it's important to protect your home and your families, and at the same time have a safe, easy way to get out of the house in an emergency. With storm stoppers, you can do that. With storm stoppers in an emergency, all you have to do is open the window, and from inside the house, press on the panel, and you're out.
The Patent Office has said storm stoppers is not patentable, but I have something much more valuable. That is my company's federally registered trademarks. Storm Stoppers has significant trademark protection as well as trade secret and copyright, and we have sued copycats several times to protect our good names. I believe that one day the Storm Stoppers and the Plywood Alternative and all of our assorted brands will be worth many millions of dollars. Besides my excellent work ethic, I think the sharks would be impressed by my low overhead. I work from home, so I save the cost of an expensive office. I drive a 10-year-old F-150 with 150,000 miles on it, but hey, Sam Walton drove an old pickup truck too. You don't show it anywhere in your paperwork, but my biggest inspiration was my father, John D. Smith Sr. Sadly, Dad died of cancer last August. However, he was my biggest supporter, and he changed my world. With the Sharks' help, I hope to continue changing the world of hurricane window protection.